Commander Replay, we take our first crack at Vaevictis Asmadi the Dire. Can Vaevictis Asmadi, Chaos Warp, Karametra, Valduk, and the Locust God into submission? Find out next on Commander Replay. Welcome back, everyone. Playing some Vaevictis Asmadi the Dire. Take a look at our opening hand. Looks like we have some good opponents in this game. We have 3 lands. We don't have any greens, so that Harmonize is a little ways away. Fleshbag Marauder is going to be really good against Valduk. Probably good against the Locust God also. I'm going to keep this one. Oh, and by keep, I mean hit the mulligan button. Yeah, this works. Keep this. Our land situation in this hand is much better. However, we don't have Fleshbag Marauder. We don't have the removal. That would be really nice against Valduk. But we can do some things with Entomb. We can get down this Ancient Tomb, and we can get the Sky Shroud claim down early. That all sounds really nice. A Quarter Shield coming down for the Valduk on turn 1, and a Skull Clamp for the Locust God on turn 1. Yeah, Skull Clamp's pretty good in that deck. We draw a Strip Mine. Not exactly what we're looking for. Colored mana would be good. Right here, play the Smoldering Marsh, and I think next turn we'll play the Entomb, so we'll pass the turn like that, as a Core Spirit Dancer comes down. So as I mentioned, we're playing Vaevictis Asmadi the Dire, 3 black, green, red for a 6/6 flying. Whenever it attacks, for each player, choose target permanent that player controls. That player sacrifices those permanents. Each player who sacrificed a permanent this way reveals the top card of their library, then puts it onto the battlefield if it's a permanent card. Essentially, whenever Vaevictis attacks, it shoots off 4 Chaos Warps, 1 at each opponent. So there's going to be a big random element to this commander, which I think should be pretty fun. But also that we get a really powerful ability since we can remove really problematic permanents. Like, getting rid of that Skull Clamp is probably a really good idea. I feel like whatever card they reveal probably won't be as powerful as that Skull Clamp. A little bit awkward right here. We draw the Farhaven Elf. If we played Ancient Tomb last turn, we'd be able to play Farhaven Elf this turn, but that did not pan out. So a little bit awkward with our lands at this exact second. I'm going to go with the Forest right here. Since we're not planning to use the land anyway, we'll draw less attention to ourselves for a turn if we just play basic lands instead of Ancient Tomb. One with Nature. Whenever enchanted creature deals combat damage to a player, you may search your library for a basic land card, put it onto the battlefield tapped, and then shuffle your library. Yeah, seems solid. And it's going to make the Core Spirit Dancer a 2/4. Opponent also casts a Sword of the Animist. Gonna attack into the Locust God. Sounds good to me. You should pretty much always attack into the Locust God. That is always a really good idea. Sword of Feast and Famine coming down for the Valduk, and a Bonesaw. If we find our Vandal Blast, Valduk is going to get hit so hard. There's some other artifacts worth shooting down too. The Skull Clamp and the Sword of the Animist. Signet for the Locust God opponent. So at the end step, we're going to Entomb for Bloodghast. So a Bloodghast into our graveyard. Brings it back to our turn. There's our Nether Trader. We're short black mana to cast that. So we'll play the Ancient Tomb right here. That'll bring Bloodghast back into play. Get Bloodghast back. Play the Sky Shroud claim. And actually, if we go Bayou Overgrown Tomb, we can actually cast the Nether Trader. I think we'll do that. Pay the life. So cast the Nether Trader. Didn't think I'd be getting that down this turn. Does have haste. That's fun. We will attack into the Locust God also. And so next turn we can do some fun stuff with Nature's Will and potentially the Farhaven Elf and really get a lot of mana going. Also, the Shadow means essentially Nether Trader is unblockable because not too many people running Shadow in Commander. Karametra coming down. Karametra just has the ability to go really crazy sometimes. Opponent's going to swing into us with the Core Spirit Dancer. Yep, nothing we can do about it. Bloodghast cannot block. So opponent's going to get to search for a land with the One with Nature. Would like to see one of our cards that gives our commander haste so that we don't have to sit there and try to untap with it. Valduk coming into play. Going to get equipped up with the Bonesaw, and it's going to get to make 1 token. See where they point it. Going to send it at the Karametra. Sounds good to me. Anyone but us is something I can get down with. So Karametra down to 37. Ooh, Magus of the Wheel. Well, we're going to be able to cough out a pretty good part of our hand this turn. Not sure if opponent will try to Magus before the Locust God or after the Locust God. So back to our turn, we draw a Blood Crypt. What to get down? Strip Mine, maybe? Strip Mine might be the most helpful thing to have around. We have 3 green sources currently. That's good. So I'm going to go play the Strip Mine, play Farhaven Elf, use Farhaven Elf. Let's get a Mountain. Play Nature's Will, send the Bloodghast at the Karametra and the Nether Trader at the Locust God opponent. Nature's Will is going to trigger, so we get to untap all of our lands, and that'll tap down any lands our opponent has. They are all tapped out at the moment, though. So then we just cast Vaevictis. We'll skip the Ancient Tomb right there. So now we got a big 6/6 flyer. Wow, it's only turn 4. We really got our ramp going pretty good. That Ancient Tomb set us up nicely with the Sky Shroud claim and the Farhaven Elf. Now Nature's Will. I like our position a lot. We are all ready for this Magus of the Wheel. If opponent wants to wheel, we're going to get a fresh 7. I'm completely fine with that. Satyr Enchanter coming down. Whenever you cast an enchantment spell, draw a card. So Karametra looks to be very much on the Enchantress plan. Our opponents, by the way, Karametra, God of Harvests. Not a creature if your devotion to green and white is less than 7. It is a 6/7. Whenever you cast a creature spell, you may search your library for a forest or plains, put the card onto the battlefield tap, then shuffle your library. Pretty good. Really allows opponent to make a lot of mana. Unfortunately, Karametra lays down a Soul Tithe on our Nature's Will. It's a little bit annoying, but we can just use Vaevictis to shoot that Soul Tithe. We'll have to pay 1 time on it, which is a little annoying, but... and... Opponent's going to send Karametra at us. It's annoying. Probably going to block. Yeah, I'm going to block that with the Farhaven Elf. I don't think it's worth taking the 7 right here. That's kind of a big hit. Plus, we have our other sacrifice fodder for Vaevictis anyway. And the Core Spirit Dancer swings into the Valduk, hits the Valduk. They will get to search for another land. So Karametra also getting the mana ramp going. And now we're in a tough place where... Karametra's starting to get a lot of stuff going, but I know that if we leave the Locust God alone, they're just going to win the game because that's always what happens. Valduk is going to equip the Quarter Shield and the Feast and Famine. So Valduk's starting to look pretty threatening. Gets 3 tokens. Gonna send them all at the Karametra. I'm down for that. Gonna send the Valduk at us. That's not the best. So we're gonna have to take that hit. We do get hit with the Feast and Famine. We'll discard the Blood Crypt. Feel pretty good about our color situation at the moment. Tokens get exiled. Karametra's down to 26, by the way. We're also at 26. So game moving pretty quick. Life total's starting to move. A lot of big threatening stuff out. Now, if for some reason we caught Aggravated Assault off the top, then we can just end the game with the Nature's Will. Assuming we have enough mana, which I'm not sure that we do, but... yeah, we would. That would work out. So opponent going to cast the Locust God. Unfortunately not using the Magus of the Wheel first, like I hoped they would, but makes sense. A smart play on their part. Brings it back to our turn. Soul Tithe trigger on us. Yeah, we're going to pay for the Soul Tithe. Actually, no, I'm not going to use the Ancient Tomb right here, just because I don't know if we're actually going to draw anything that we can cast. We draw a Burgeoning. Burgeoning, not helpful right here. Maybe helpful if opponent Maguses, but this exact second, not so much. So I guess we just play the Reliquary Tower, play the Burgeoning, go to combat. Let's see. Send Vaevictis at the Karametra, Nether Trader at the Locust God. Yeah, we can send Bloodghast at the, well, Bloodghast is probably the one that's going to get blown up, but... So, Vaevictis triggers. I think we need to get rid of Karametra. Let's get rid of Karametra, Valduk, and the Locust God, and we will shoot our Bloodghast. Oh, Valduk has protection. The Sword of Feast and Famine. So shoot the Sword of Feast and Famine. We get a Wood Elves. More land. So Locust God goes to the graveyard. I'm fine with that. Just the act of even having to recast it every turn will be super annoying for them. Make it difficult for them to get going. Ooh. Valduk gets a Moonveil Dragon. So coming out positive on that exchange. We got a Wood Elves, Karametra got a Terrain Generator, Valduk got a Moonveil Dragon, and Locust God got a Mountain. Wood Elves comes into play, we'll grab a... Let's grab Sheltered Thicket, because we don't really need an untapped land at this moment. And that'll bring Bloodghast back. So Bloodghast coming back to play. Then we will let the damage resolve. Moonveil Dragon can do some work. I'm actually a little nervous now. It's only turn 5 in this game, too. This game developed really quickly. So we get 2 more Nature's Will triggers, taps out our 2 opponents, and untaps our lands. Nothing terribly interesting for us to do with the lands at the moment. And Locust God goes back to its opponent's hand. Enlightened Tutor for the Karametra on their upkeep. Let's see what they go for. Karametra down to 20, by the way. 6 commander from us. Gets an Armored Ascension. Gonna put Armored Ascension on the Core Spirit Dancer. It's now a 10-12. Ooh, and a Bear Umbra. Oh my. Core Spirit Dancer, now 14 power. Gonna get Sword of the Animus, make that 15 power. And that's what having a lot of lands can do for you. Because that's what the Karametra deck does better than most decks, is generate tons and tons of mana. Huge Core Spirit Dancer swing into us. It has flying, so we can't block that. And that means that Valduk could kill us if they want to. Yep, we can't block. Opponent's gonna get another one with Nature. Wow, we go to 10. Oh, our life total's so low. Aura Shards for our opponent. Plays a Shram. That'll trigger the Aura Shards. Bet they're coming our way. Now actually going after the Quarter Shield of the Valduk. Opponent doesn't want to get overrun with tokens. Opponent's going to play a Fertile Ground, and they're going to get to draw a bunch of cards off of that with all of their Enchantress abilities. Grand Abolisher coming down. 1 more Aura Shards trigger. This time going after the Skull Clamp of the Locust God. That seems like a fine choice. Dawn's Reflection. Hellkite Tyrant coming down for the Valduk. Any interesting artifacts left? Got a Sword of the Animist. So Valduk gonna send the Moonveil Dragon and the token into Karametra. Sounds like a pretty good idea. They go down to 12. They're unfortunately just high enough on life that they're out of range of us currently. We can get 7 damage in based on their current blocking situation, which isn't gonna do much for us. Right now we really need like a big blocker. Locust God coming back to play. There's a Brainstorm for our opponent. That's going to get them some tokens. Opponent gets 3 insect tokens. They've got flying and haste. No attacks from the Locust God. Back to our turn. Soul Tithe trigger on us. We're going to continue to pay for that. There's a Merciless Executioner. That's something. Well, there's a lot of, like, fodder on the battlefield, so I don't know that Merciless gets us a ton. Man, I was really hoping opponent was going to use that Magus of the Wheel right there. We need some extra cards very badly. Now, unfortunately, the Totem Armor on Core Spirit Dancer is going to be a real problem. But I don't think we really have too many other options at this point, so we're gonna swing into the Karametra. Vaevictis is gonna trigger. What to go after? Well, let's start with the Locust God. Hit. I'm thinking the Hellkite Tyrant because of the trample. Hit the Core Spirit Dancer, even though the Totem Armor will trigger, and we will hit our... Let's hit our Ancient Tomb, because we're at 10 life, so using Ancient Tomb, not really going to be the best idea for us. So, let's see. We reveal a temple, so we'll get to scry one time. Karametra reveals a forest. Valduk reveals Cobbled Wings and an island for the Locust God opponent. So we get to scry one time. Oh, it's sacrificed. Nice. So there's a chance that we survive for a little while. Still don't think we're going to win this game unless something really crazy happens, but... Oh, there's a Damnation on top of our deck. Yeah. I mean, I guess we keep Damnation on top. That's interesting art for Cobbled Wings. Haven't seen that one before. So we get a Nature's Will trigger. We're going to get to untap our lands. Karametra goes down to 5. Not even sure if it's worth the Merciless Executioner right here. Yeah, maybe it is. Let's play the Merciless Executioner. Might as well go out with everything we got. Can't imagine that we're going to be long for this world much longer, so no reason to hold on to anything. Actually, that'll also give us another blocker because we can trade in the Bloodghast. So sacrifice the Bloodghast. So opponent's going to sacrifice their Valduk instead of their Moonveil Dragon. Locust God goes back to its owner's hand. Stoneforge Mystic coming down. Another Aura Shards trigger. Going after our Nature's Will. Yeah, we've been doing some work with the Nature's Will. Also, as part of our combo, we have the Aggravated Assault combo, also Sword of Feast and Famine, and Neheb. Gives us a way to close the game out efficiently, if we're able to get all of those pieces. Also, this deck, we have a lot of tutors in this deck, so assuming that you find one piece, it's not too hard to find the other pieces. Ethereal Armor coming down, gonna get placed onto the Shram. Shram is a 6/6, it's pretty big. Sigil of the Empty Throne. Ooh, that's got the potential to be pretty nasty. Sterling Grove for our opponent. Another Aura Shard trigger that takes down our Burgeoning. I was hoping to use that if opponent wheels. I don't know if they're going to wheel, but they might. And that's Blackblade Reforged. Yep. Basically, any creature opponent wants will be huge. Does take a lot of mana, though. Shram is legendary. That is our only legendary creature currently. Makes the most sense to equip it there. Shram is a 24/24. Now a 25/25. Karametra's got some serious Voltron going. It's only turn 7. It's early for creatures that big. They have a lot of lands, also. 24/24 Shram gonna swing into the Valduk opponent. Gonna get a Sword of the Animus trigger. Valduk should survive. I can't imagine they have instant speed double strike. I don't think there's a white card that does that. But they'll be at a very low life total when they do. And now I wonder if the Moonveil Dragon will... Oh no, opponent's got a flying blocker. So Moonveil Dragon isn't quite going to be enough by itself. Explorer Scope, Shram's going to draw again. Thundermaw Hellkite, well that should do it, right? Valduk's got some choices. They can kill us if they want to, they can kill Karametra. Alright, it's going to send Thundermaw Hellkite after the Karametra and Moonveil Dragon into us. Gonna bump the Moonveil Dragon a little bit. That's gonna put us down to 3. So Karametra gone. We're at 3. Unfortunately, the Locust God is in position to recast the Locust God and then use the wheel, and then they'll draw 7, which will be more than enough insects to kill us. The question is whether they think they have enough to deal with Valduk. So Locust God coming down. Opponent tapped their mana real funny, so not going to be using Magus of the Wheel unless they've got a mountain in hand. There's a Jace Belrin. Party Jace? Yeah, we get to draw a card. There's our Damnation. Locust God's going to make a token. Forest is not what we needed. I think I'm going to attack like this. So, Nether Trader into the Jace Belrin. Wood Elves into the Jace Belrin. Merciless Executioner into the Jace Belrin. Vaevictis Asmadi at the Locust God himself. Let's hit this Reliquary Tower and the Cobbled Wings. We got to hit something of ours. Hit the... Shoot the Nether Trader. That's Aggravated Assault. That's something. Wasn't counting on that. Opponent gets Hainware Garrison. That'll get swept away in the board wipe. And some, Lightning Greaves. Not the thing we wanted to see. So opponent's going to try to block and save their Jace. Nether Trader goes down, gets a trigger from the other creature dying. Not going to pay for it at this exact moment. Gonna use the Aggravated Assault. Attack with Vaevictis again. Go for the Bone Saw, the Lightning Greaves, and this Forest. We get a Miri's Guile. That'll be good if we survive to our turn. I don't know that we will, but we're going to try real hard. Opponents reveal a mountain and an... Ooh, enter the infinite. How much mana does opponent have? Looks like 8 mana currently. So Jace finally goes down. And then we have to Damnation. Opponent said, lol, knew it. Yeah, I had the board wipe. Locust God going back to their hand. Play the Forest. Get the Bloodghast. Bloodghast back to play. And pass the turn. The Immortal Sun coming down for Valduk. Can't activate loyalty abilities, draw extra cards, spells are cheaper, creatures get bigger. Sword of Light and Shadow. I would love a Sword of Light and Shadow right now, simply for the life gain. There is 0 life gain in this deck currently, and that seems like a mistake. Something that I may need to fix. As far as I know, there's no way back from our current life total of 3. A Locust God coming back to play. Opponent's got 2 open mana. As long as they can't draw 3 cards, we're good. An Impulse could get us. I think it's Impulse, right? Nope, opponent doesn't have it. All right, we get to survive another turn. Good thing we got rid of those boots, otherwise that Locust God would be certainly coming into us. We are going to need a little bit more magic off the top, though. Let's see what this Miri's Guile has got for us. Oh, that's not good. Huh. I mean, I guess land, cultivate on top. Do we have enough to play our commander and cultivate? We do not have enough to cultivate and get our commander. So I guess we get our commander. That seems like the better of the 2 options. I'm not going to bother attacking the Valduk right now. Valduk isn't really the concern to me. Locust God is most definitely the concern. I would love an Immortal Sun right now. Slagworm Armor. Recast Valduk. Opponent recast their Valduk. Blackblade Reforged coming down. Gonna make anything huge. Opponent's going to equip the Sword of Light and Shadow. We can't block. That can kill us. Valduk's gonna go to combat. Gets a 4/2 elemental. Interestingly, does not equip the other equipments with 3 open mana. Gonna send the elemental at the Locust God. Locust God down to 31. Man, they're still in their 30s. A Karametra opponent started really swinging into the wrong places. Interestingly, puts Blackblade Reforged on Valduk afterwards. Not sure the reasoning behind that. Opponent draws a card, is going to get to make a token. They can actually, I think, just pay and use Locust God's activated ability to kill us if they want to. Well, we've got 1 blocker. Dictate of Crufix for the Locust God. Oh man, I'd be so happy if we can survive back to our turn. We can draw 2 cards and do some work with Miri's Guile. Whirlpool Warrior enters the battlefield, shuffle the cards from your hand into your library, then draw that many cards. Uh-oh, that might be enough. Yep, that's 5 Locust God triggers. We've only got 1 blocker. So 6 total insects, plus the Locust God itself. Opponent's going to sacrifice their Whirlpool Warrior. Each player shuffles the cards from their hand into their library, then draws that many cards. We draw a Rampant Growth. Not helpful. Opponent's got 10 insect tokens, now getting very close to being able to kill both of us. Opponent's going to send 4 tokens into us. Going to send the Locust God into Valduk. Going to send 3 more tokens into the Valduk and leave 3 tokens back on defense, which will make it tough for Valduk to get the damage through. We'll block a token just to kill it. Give Valduk a fighting chance. We go to 0. Valduk's at 7. They're going to need some magic. They get to draw 3 total cards, 2 additional. That's something. Opponent is at 31, though, so anything we're talking about is probably going to involve extra combat steps if they're planning to get there. Or something like instant speed board. Non-basic land walk, you say? Ooh, opponent has no non-basic lands. That's unfortunate. We blew up the Reliquary Tower earlier. If we did not do that, well, they would take 17. It wouldn't kill them, but unless opponent can, like, World at War or something like that, then it's pretty much over. Valduk ends the turn, so this is going to do it. So, Locust God taking it down. You guys don't know how much that pains me. If Karametra wasn't being such a bully at the table and picking on us pretty hard, then I would have totally just kept focusing down the Locust God. So, that was pretty annoying. We did get to see a reasonable number of triggers with Vaevictis. You know, on average, I figure you're probably only really going to be able to trigger it 2, maybe 3 times a game, just based on its size and how games tend to play out, at least in faster games. One thing I thought about as the game was kind of drawn down there towards the end was whether this should be a Primal Surge deck and we should just make everything in here a permanent. That would be certainly another way to go with this. There are some spells in here currently. I think the thing that we were really missing was card draw. I'll probably do a bit more work on this to turn a lot more of the cards into permanents so that we're always hitting stuff with Vaevictis. And I don't think we actually ever whiffed at any point. But I think the big problem with this game is we accelerated really fast and then we just didn't get any card draw. Opponent never used that Magus of the Wheel like we wanted them to. A fresh 7 would have gone a long way. We probably need to get our own Wheel of Fortune in the deck or our own Magus of the Wheel. So I'm going to do a bit more work with this deck, and I will try to get an updated version out there. It's not bad in its current shape, but I think it can be tuned a little bit more, and I think we can really get some nice synergy going if we just like really deck ourselves out with permanents. So anyway, hope you guys enjoyed the video. As always, feel free to comment, like, or subscribe. Thank you for watching.